Hello and welcome to this tutorial on the Leap Sketchpad. As of June 2020, the Leap Sketchpad has been completely revamped and now has a lot more features and functions than it did prior. Let's look at how to utilize it in two different locations within the Leap app. The first thing we're going to do is tap directly on roofing to get into our measure sheet items for our roofing category. I'm going to tap directly on the center of shingles to get into my additional details for shingles, and now I'm going to tap right on this photo you see I have already uploaded into the system. The first thing you'll note is that we can still draw by just putting our finger on the screen and moving around to draw lines. However, a new feature added is the undo button down here in the bottom right. By tapping on that, I'll remove the scribble I had just written. If I want to change the color, there's a color wheel here where I can select from a variety of colors, and then I'll tap off of the screen and now draw again, and I can continue to make marks onto my picture. If I tap undo, it will remove it once more. Now, if I wanted the lines to be a bit thicker, I could tap on the pencil in the bottom right and select right here to make slightly larger drawings. Once again, I'll undo. And you may have seen another feature here, which is the straight lines. So when I tap on that, you will draw your finger from one to another, and it will create a perfectly straight line so that you can map all the different parts of the picture for you. If you mess up again, and just undo and draw it back again and draw it down. So we'll undo all of that one more time. Now, if we had scribbled a lot on here and we wanted to remove only some of it, let's just draw some lines here and go back to the free form. So let's say we wanted to keep most of it. We didn't want to undo everything. There's an eraser tool just to the right of the color wheel, and you can select the size of that eraser tool and then clear out what you don't need very easily. The eraser tool does not work on text or images, which we'll get to once we get to the other section where we're going to do it. So let's draw just a few more lines here really quickly, and then we're going to move back to the contract where we also have this feature. And I'm going to show you a few more things that you can do with this. So we're going to say done, save that, and you'll see in the thumbnail there that it has been saved. And now I'm going to tap on contracts, and I'm going to go into just a basic roofing contract and scroll down to where I have my roofing sketchpad. And you may have seen this in some of your contracts that you have in your account as well. Now when I tap on the center there, it's going to open up the sketchpad completely blank, no images here, but we can add images now. So I'm going to tap this image icon down here, and I'm going to select an image from my roll. I'm going to select this window right here. And it's just going to drop it right in to this space. And if I want to make it smaller, I simply take two fingers and pinch into the screen or expand my fingers out. And you can see both on the screen where those two little green dots are so that I get it to the size where I want it to be. And I can release. Now you can do more things. You can even turn it. You can see if my fingers are turning. I can rotate the images. I can move them, scale it. I can put this pretty much anywhere, and you're not limited to one image. If I wanted to bring in a second, again, I would just tap on that image icon down in the toolbar, select the image I would like to bring in. Let's select this one right here. We'll say done, and then I can again shrink it and layer it on top of other images. So I can put a window, a roof within a window right there. And I can bring in even one more, just as an example, and we'll just drop that right in there. So on top of images that you can place in this screen, we can also put text now on top of the images. So if you want to move images, the best way is usually with one finger. Text is almost always two fingers. So you'll see I tapped on the text icon and now it shows text in the top right. So I'm going to say top of window. All right, so that text is now going to be on the screen there. If I try to move it, sometimes what will happen is it'll try and actually move the images around it. So the best way to move text is usually grabbing it with two fingers. And again, you can stretch it to make it larger with two fingers or shrink it. This might take a little bit of practice, a little bit of getting accustomed to the iPad and how to sort of manipulate and space your fingers. It might be a little bit A little bit hard at first, but once you get the hang of it, I think it'll go well. And we still have all the other features we showed previously. The features we showed in the previous section, they're good here too. And again, we can just draw some lines here and just bring it all together. And then once you're completely done with everything, you could press done, and there it is. There's the roof sketch. If I need to make future changes, tap on it again and go back in. Now, if I need to remove everything that I'm seeing here, I'm going to tap that trash can in the bottom right. You can clear just the text, just the photos, just the sketchings, or everything all at once. I'm going to just tap clear all, and it's gone. One final thing to show you is the grid feature. So if you're, let's say you're drawing a deck, you want to use some straight lines. Well, we don't have a grid here. It'd be really nice if we could have a grid and say each block is a square foot. Well, you can now. And you can even change the sizes of this grid. So there's probably about 10 or 12 blocks high, and this is maybe 24 wide. So we're going to use this one, and you could easily start in one point, use that straight line tool, and really draw a deck for your customer to then have on the form and say, this is the deck that we're going to do. Here's the size, here's the stairs, so on and so forth. Then you can go back and label it with your text, add images, whatever you need, and press done. And you're going to have that finished roof sketch, and it's going to then show up on the agreement just like that for the customer. So there's a lot of possibilities here. We have customers who are using this for their cover photos, using it for roof sketches, all kinds of things. The possibilities are endless, and we hope you enjoy this feature. If you have any questions about it, please reach out to our support team, and they will be happy to assist you. Thank you for watching.